Hey everybody, it's Sai, and welcome to another plan with me. Now, this isn't going to be a functional plan with me, this is going to be more of a decorative plan with me. So, I'll show you what we're doing today. Today, we are going to be doing a technique called fill stamping. Nothing to do with anyone called Philip. Basically, do you remember the backgrounds that we made with the distress ink? Well, I have filled a few of them in, and I've also added some really fun um, kind of matching, kind of not reinforcements. But you'll notice I made a border on each of these little lists that I've got here. These are my crochet lists for what I've got going on. So that's a works in progress list. And on the other side is stash busters because that's different. It's not something that you kind of want to finish right away. It's just some ideas for what to do with extra yarn as you're finished with a project. So that's what stash busters are. Then I've got my wanna make list, which is stuff I haven't started and I might not have the yarn for it even. So that's my third list. And my fourth list, I wanted to keep a list of what I actually finished this year because sometimes projects enter my head. I start them right away, I finish them right away, and then I forget about them. They never make it onto the list. So I thought I would make a little celebratory list of things that I've made. On each of these 4 pages, I have got a border, and I wanted to make the border a little more interesting. And one of the techniques that we use to do that is called fill stamping. Now that's where you fill an area with stamped images, and it's random. And as you know, there is an art to doing random things. Um, so let's just get started, and you'll see what I mean. I've got a piece of paper here that I'm going to use as a mask. I'm lucky because my frame is more or less straight line, so all I have to do is move this paper around depending on where I want to stamp. Also, each of these pages is a slightly different color, so I'm going to try and choose some ink that's kind of maybe a bit darker but tones in with the inks I've used on the page. So let's have a look. I always make a swatch sheet when I get ink, so let's have a look here and see what ink would be best on this. I kind of like this one, Bamboo Leaves, and there is some kind of sort of rosy pink in here, but it doesn't really look like any of the things I've got, but I might just add some lilac posies in there. Lilac posies is this color right here. So I've got my selections made. Right, let's rummage. This is my ink box. I use Memento dye inks. They're inexpensive and they're small. I love them. Right, so we got Bamboo Leaves right on top there, and Lilac Posies right there. You'd think I planned this, but oh no, I did not. Okay. Do we want another color just for funsies? Nah, we'll just leave it at, oh no, here we go, teal. That matches the ink I've been using. So yeah, we'll have 3 colors. They're quite nice together, I think. Okay, now Memento inks are dye inks. So if you know what you're doing when you're choosing inks for a project, just know Memento is dye ink, okay? For me, what that means in this case is that it is going to dry quite quickly, and it is not necessarily waterproof. That is a drawback, but it's not going to be a deal breaker, not right now. So let's get started. Now, for our images, I've got some small stamps here. Now, these are old. I don't know if they actually make them anymore, but it's a brand of repositionable, cling stamps called CDs, as in SEED''S, right? Like that, CDs. And I've had these for donkey's years, but they are really fun and really versatile, and I still use them. So I've got These are a particular type of stamp set they make called CD's morsels, and all these tiny little images here are great for fill stamping, and it's good fun. So I've got the Romance collection, which has some little ribbons and flower heads and things on. I didn't really want to go flowery, but that seems to be where it's headed. And this is I believe this is like a connectors collection, that says. So these are little stems and branches and little like fields of dots and things like that. So the first thing we can do is let's pick a color. Let's start with the green. And I'm going to stick this lovely little piece right there onto my stamp pad. Not my stamp pad, my little acrylic thingy, acrylic block. These are great. The design is there on the back, so you know what you're doing. And we are just going to keep in mind what areas we're masking off, and I'm just going to get started with this. Okay, now the key with fill stamping is that if you were to just line up all these images here and keep them all within the stamping area, it's not going to look random at all. And it's going to look downright awkward actually if you try. So I am going to go over my masking page, and I'm also going to rotate the stamp as I go, and I'm going to go a little bit off the side there as well. And I'm going to keep some sort of unusual spacing and unusual rotation there. Maybe a couple like close together, but sort of 90-degree angle. And I'm just going to keep going with this. I really don't care if it gets on my cutting mat. I will sort it out later. And you may never, if it's such a thin area like this, you may never ever see the full image, because it would be silly to it'd be a little bit too perfect, putting it anywhere really. And make sure as you get to different areas that you do move your masking paper so that you've got it coming off. That's gone in a little bit, but no biggie. I'm going to rotate it a little bit here. Have some coming off the top. And then remove this. This area over here that's got the reinforcements in it, I'm not going to have to do too much here. So that didn't come out proper. Now it just looks bad. Okay. Randomness. There is no perfect randomness, okay? So I've finished what I want to do with that color. So let's cover the ink up, and I'm just gonna rub the excess ink off of the stamp. The good thing with dye ink is that it really does come off the stamp quite well. And I'm going to put that one back in its box. There we go. Now, is there anything else in this box that I want to use? Yeah, I'll use this there's a little flower. I think I'll use the little flower. Yeah. And this is fun, you don't have to get bogged down in anything, details or anything like that. You just stamp it and go. So I've put my flower onto my acrylic block again, and I am using my Lilac Posies color. And again, I'm just going to stamp mostly off the sides. And also you want to kind of get quite close maybe to some of the other ones, but not too much overlapping. I guess, you know, it's a flower, so I mean, you're not trying to make it look like the flower is part of this leafy plant. You know, you don't have to if you don't want to. There's no rules with this. Let's just have fun. I can hear Bob Ross in my head. There are no limits here. Okay, now, it's nice to take a look at what you're doing from time to time and just think, okay, what does it need? Um, so I'm going to work on this sort of slightly more populated area over here. Go. I think I will just put a little bit just there. That looks all right, doesn't it? Looks even-ish. Random, but not too random. You see what I mean? Because if you did it randomly, you could have a big cluster down here and up there. Okay, so I'm going to put away my pink, and I'm just going to clean this stamp off just roughly. If you really are a fastidious and picky stamp cleaning person, then you probably will want a baby wipe or something like that. But honestly, like, it's not really a biggie. Um, I think I think I'm done with these sort of planty looking things. I think I want something else now. So let's see. I really like these little fields of um, like spots. They really do add sort of randomness to the work. Show you what I mean. And it's also it's sort of lighter as far as sort of visual weight goes. And I'm gonna do that in teal. Have a little of that. And really, I mean, these things you can just put them anywhere. Doesn't matter. Put lots of them around if you want. I mean, I might just fill the rest of this area in, you know, with dots. This is just fun. I do enjoy my little dotties. I find if you've got a really nice functional planner and you're sort of into your routine of what you like to add as far as function is concerned, the nice thing if you want to add a touch of creativity to your planner is just this is great for that because you just work in the borders and you're not interfering with any of the actual function of your page by doing this. So it's just good fun. It just adds a little interest, but it's no pressure. You can still use the diary all you like, you know. You don't have to worry about whether, oh, it's not done, you know. You can just do this. I think I might. I'm really actually. I forgot how much I enjoy doing this. I might actually have to apply all of this to like maybe my monthly layouts. That'll be fun. Anything will work though. You don't have to have a special stamp set for filling. Just find the smallest stamp in your set and just go at it. You know, you could even use the same stamp in different colors. It doesn't matter. It's just a bit of fun. But look at the difference it makes. check that out. I think that is just fun. Love it, love it. Love it. Now I know that when I originally made these, I kept the same color on both sides of the page. So I'm just going to use the same ones again, but let's see what it looks like if we choose different images. Same colors, different images. Let's see. So I think for the green, I've always loved this one. I don't know why, I've just always really loved this one. It's like a little trail of leaves, but there's also little dots, and I just think it's cute. So let's do trail of leaves with dots in green. All right. Go, coming off there. I'm a bit funny on corners because I'm always like, I don't want it to go straight across the corner because it looks like I've cut it off. But I don't want everything pointing the same way either. It's a little bit, whoop. I'm so glad I dropped that on the paper and not on the actual surface I'm working on. That was good. Okay, I have a few here. It's just a no stress situation, you know, you just put it wherever you want. It just doesn't matter, does it? Perfection is really our enemy. I think it's better to have something done than to have it perfect. And really, I mean, no one's going to look at your planner and go, oh, wow, what a perfect planner, are they? And if they do, you got to wonder what their priorities are. I mean, come on. So, oh no, that needs a bit in the corner. You just got to trust your visual instincts with this. All right, so that's it for the green again. And I'm just going to, again, be quite rough with it and just rub the excess ink off of the stamp and return it to its home. There it goes. I wonder where that one went. That looks really cool. I like that. Figures. Figures I've lost that one. All right. We need something else. How about, oh, I like that. That's cute. Okay. So I've got a little cluster of daisies now, and that I am going to use with, you guessed it, Lilac Posies color. Right. Bring our masking paper back out. Here we go. Whoop. I am dropping everything today. What is going on? Nice. That still needs something down here. There we go. Right, let's take a look. That looks all right. Okay, so just clean the ink off of this one as well. put it back in its home. Oh, what else should we do? I like this little tiny butterfly. That'll be fun. Let's do the butterfly in this teal color. This might be a bit, I don't know. I think the butterfly needs to be darker. I'm probably going to grab a purple out of here. Let's see. Grape jelly. Let's do a purple butterfly with grape jelly. I'll cover up the teal zeal. We'll use it later. Right. Reposition my mask. And it's quite fun sometimes to pop a butterfly on upside down because it kind of looks like it's flying around in little whoops and little circles and little whatevers. So let's see. Need some up in the corner there, I think. Just a little one off to the side and just a bit there. And I really do think that it still needs those little dots. I really love those dots. So I'm going to get my dots out after I've cleaned my butterfly stamp. Ooh, here's another little bit of dots. This is from another set. There we go. This is just another little array of dots. Now these little stamps, they've all got their own kind of personality, and certain aspects of the design will look better in lighter or darker colors. So you just need to kind of play and decide what you like. What's really fun is to take sort of a trading card sized piece of paper or card, ideally made out of the same thing that you use for your diary, so you know exactly what it's going to look like. And you just play, and then when you've got what you want, you write down the colors you've used, and you can sort of refer back to that whenever you want to. There, bit there, there, there. The dots, they're just fun. This fill stamping technique is done a lot, and there are more brands of these tiny little stamps than I've shown you. This is just one of the many brands that's out there. So just go check out your stamp websites and see what you can find. Nearly done. You don't have to use flowers and branches if you don't want to. I actually have a set in here somewhere that has got things like thimbles and spools of thread and stuff like that, which would have been kind of a nice theme to use with this, but I wasn't feeling it today. Let's have a quick look at that. And I think that is probably done. So, quick one today. That is masking and fill stamping. And yeah, it's fairly easy. You don't have to be a pro. And it just makes your borders a little more interesting. So I've been Cy. This has been Plan With Me, kind of crafty edition. If you like this and you're seeing this on YouTube, then chances are you are not one of our patrons, and this video can be as little as 6 months old. It's going to be at least 6 months old by the time you've seen it. If you want to get in on the ground floor and see them right when they come out, please go to patreon.com/unravel and unwind and become a patron for as little as £3.60 a month. It's kind of the same as a fancy coffee, and for that, you actually get boredom busting companionship with at least 10 hours a week at the moment of Zoom calls that you can join in on. They are our craft and chat calls, and it can get pretty fun in there. We're just all kind of sitting there doing our own thing, but we're socializing at the same time. So it's worth joining in on that, especially if you're feeling kind of isolated right now. Also, there's plenty more video content. We do unboxings, we do reviews of different things. Unravel and Unwind, as you might be able to get from the name, is a lot about crochet as well. So if you're into your yarn, come on down and check out what else we've got, and we'd be happy to have you. And if you're already a patron, as ever, thank you so much for your support. We really do appreciate it. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.